Hello, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. It's me, Abe Prustian. I am back in this trial with Melissa. I don't think that was the name she used in the other one. I thought it was like Dahlia or something. Anyways, before I jump into her testimony, I realized I don't think last time I emphasized enough just how excited I am that we're playing as Mia again. I'm stoked. I love that she's been a continuing presence in the series, usually a minor one, but she's always there. And I love that now we get these episodes where she's the focus. It makes me so happy because I feel like it kind of upends a little bit the woman in refrigerator trope, right? Where she was killed off in the first trial, the first episode, something like that. But she's not forgotten and she's not disappeared. She's still a part of it. And I love that. Okay. So Melissa says, I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. Indeed it would. I was standing right over here. On the other side of that promontory, that little cliff? That might be an issue later. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, eh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Ho ho ho, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this, a small but powerful model. Yeah, it doesn't have much of a lens, though, don't know how much you can zoom. Alright then, Ms. Fay, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again, and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Fine. The witness's photograph. But, listen, guys, I'm gonna press on everything. So, there's that. Using my camera to take pictures of wildflowers. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. Ho, I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Oh, God. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? I mean, that does feel strange, right? Were there actually any flowers to photograph? But why would she have been there? I don't know what connection she could have with these other people. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them. Like some kind of peeping Tom. Gosh, she says that just straight out. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. That sounds about right, Judge. Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Suddenly, they just started fighting. Did you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought maybe you overheard what they said. Oh no. Shit, she's crying. I would never. I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that. That's right, Miss Fay. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Ugh. Okay, but I wasn't actually penalized for it, so that's good. Hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. I want to look at this photo again. I mean, this is from their level. How did she get there? And it's clearly from before they fight? If they fight. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Smells like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. Shit, man. So he wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. Is it the crucial moment, though? And right after that, I called the police. You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Careful, kitten. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're gonna have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You're gonna have to come up with something really good, Mia. Uh-oh. See if I can do that. Okay. If we review, I think this is 40 feet up. If she was in that field, there was this cliff in the way of getting the picture, I think. I'm not sure how to express that. Started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. I guess I'll try presenting it here. See if this does it. No. I don't think so. Your Honor, what do you think of the witness's statement? I don't think anything of it. How about you? I guess I don't think anything of it either. Then we don't have a problem. But we do have a penalty. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna load. Okay. Two people standing up on the suspension bridge. They just started fighting. Okay, but like the picture itself, they're not fighting. Unless she means arguing. Like, rather than physically fighting. And I suppose that's what the pressing seemed to talk about. Took the photo that shows... I guess I show the photo? Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Right? See? Normally that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Oh. Uh, um, my apologies, young lady, but Miss Fay's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I, I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film? This photo was the last one. What? What can you do? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So, you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once, too. Please, no details. Seems that Ms. Fay's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait, just a moment. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Ha! Well, looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. Okay. Wait, this is the same... It's the same. I thought there would be new testimony. Oh, here we go. The victim turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. Oof, okay. The victim, why do you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal. This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quaggy? What the fuck is that word? According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, quaggy is an adjective that means marshy or flabby. First known use in 1610. Okay. Alright, Edgeworth, only you would know that word. If it'd been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Quaggy? What, you? If it had been me, probably would have just jumped into the river. There's still something wrong with this testimony. I agree. She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. So you're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge, and it was swaying back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her. That seems to make sense. I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off. Ha, does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why. If Terry Falls isn't the criminal... Right, there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Yep. Alright. Gotta come up with something good again. So it's got to have to do with this. The victim turning around and trying to run. I mean, I feel like you can't turn around and try to run if there's that gap in the bridge. So I'll try that. Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just... Miss Fay, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. Ah, but this was for good reason. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were two contradictions? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have even run 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Ah! What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. Then this beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying... I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous. You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. Damn. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Ha, that guy is good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward! Well, Miss Fay, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. We're all on your side, Ms. Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Running from the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh well, maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet? Ha! That's what I like to hear. All right, Ms. Fay, your cross-examination, if you please. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. Is it? All right. Running from the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall? Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. Huh? No need to be so rude. Well, young lady. Yeah, are you picking up what Edgeworth put down? Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. Ah, we're one step too slow. And then what did the defendant do after that? He carried her over to the car. You personally witnessed that? Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off. You mean this scarf? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Okay, so that's going to be an important point that I'll have to come back to somehow. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks. They just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. Is she? You know, I feel like part of the argument is, why not just throw her in the river? If that's what happened prior, and the body was never found, right? Now I feel like a conspiracy theorist. Melissa here isn't the... Could she have survived that earlier one? Because I'm trying to think, what is her connection to this? What is her connection to Terry Falls? Could she be the first, like the kidnap victim? But they would recognize that, right? Probably? I don't remember how much time had passed. Oof. Anyways, alright, let's press here. And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body? Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face... So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away, and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent! You're a remarkably honest young woman. Is she? Something about this testimony is bothering me, but what? Hey, kitten, have you ever put salt in your coffee? No? Why would I? Why not? Huh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well, after all. Thanks. Thanks, man. Okay, carried her over to the car. Body stayed hidden. I think the carried her over to the car part might be important. But I don't know how. Dahlia! Dahlia! That was her name, wasn't it? This time the whole truth must come out. I bet she was the victim of the first part. Somehow. Maybe. Oh, man. How do I connect that? This has a timer function. She could have taken that picture with the camera while she wasn't there. I have no idea what I'm going to put here, though. Found on Dusky Bridge. I said go present something. I kind of want to present the Dahlia thing, but I don't think it's going to do anything at this point. Oh, screw it, we do it. This isn't it. Nope, nope, nope. He quickly picked her up in his arms. Man. Picked her up, carried her to the car. Yeah, she really would not be able to see that. But she says she didn't see it. I'll still present this. Oh no, I don't. Yeah, this is yep, okay. This, I think, is the key. So the hints here are definitely things I noticed. Again, I'm having trouble communicating it to the game. They say you need to pay close attention to what Melissa says about moving the body. Remember what we know about Eagle River, particularly how fast the water flows. If something were to fall into it from the bridge above, very quickly be swept away by the current. Exactly. That was my thought, is why would he have to carry her to the car if he could drop her in the river? So how do I assume this here, then? A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah! In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. See, and I think it's Dahlia, and I think she somehow survived, but they didn't let anyone know? And so Terry was still in jail? I'm not sure that's my guess, but I could be wrong. Maybe she's just related to the kidnapping victim. But the thing is, Dahlia can't be the murderer here, because she shows up in the next trial with Mia and Phoenix as, you know, the ingenue college student. So it's not like she gets put in jail or something, but she's clearly up to shenanigans again here. Oh, I don't know how this is gonna go. If 10 murders were to occur in that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. That's a good point. Order, order, order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Ms. Fay. But I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Ooh. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Ms. Fay would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Ms. Fay, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. Well, that's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Ugh. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. So if the body's in the trunk of the car, though, that means that whoever killed her wanted the body to be found. Probably so they could blame Terry Falls for it. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who's he talking about? All right, I'll do my best. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he quickly picked her up, carried her over the car. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. He could have just left the body on top of the bridge. Right, okay. We got this new statement here. The killer broke into the trunk of the car and hid the body there. How the hell would you know that? What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. So that's when you called the police? You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. Doubt. I doubt. Okay, so... Okay, if we're looking at the trunk... I guess it does look broken into. But how did she know that? Like, I thought she was farther away. She can't see... She could see the bridge. Fine. She could see him carry the body off of the bridge, or at least down the bridge. Sure. No way she could see the trunk. I'm gonna try presenting the map again. Well, Ms. Foster, looks like you've done it this time. Huh? Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Ms. Fay? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? It's simple, Ms. Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in your way. Ah. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not possibly have seen the killer's car. Ah! I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. Huh? I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Yeah, your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Oh, that makes sense. That's what that is. Ah! Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. Still, you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No! Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Oh. Mr. Judge? Oh, what is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Miss Fay, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. Of course you are. What? That's not fair. Ha! Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando. Don't look back until the trial is over. Now's the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten. You need to relax. Then you need to remember. The other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Well, there were markings on the picture. But again, she couldn't have seen that unless she were closer to it. Aha! Well, Miss Foster, so you can explain how you knew that. You're gonna have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. Yeah, but how did you see those? I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Fay, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. Can't make any mistakes here. No, boy. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? It doesn't work. She couldn't have seen it. Melissa Foster. It looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wild flowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her. I don't know. She's slippery as fuck, so I don't believe it. Ha! Getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fay explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... Oh, God. I don't think she put the corpse in herself. She is itty-bitty. But I don't think she's the owner of the car. This is such a stretch. I'm gonna say she happened to be passing by. Because she just happened to be passing by the area where the car was parked. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? It's not. Frankly, Your Honor, after hearing a pathetic response... God damn it. I have to question whether or not such a pathetic lawyer should even exist. Man. Did you hear that, Miss Fay? I believe Mr. Edgeworth just called you a knucklehead. Okay. It was worth it for that. Yeesh, isn't that overdoing things a little bit? Okay, let's... God, we'll try it, but I don't think this is a good option. There's only one way the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally. When she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one to put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There's no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! Preposterous to even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs. Oh, that's easy. It has a timer. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. This has a timer. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had just bought this camera just to take this picture. That's a stretch, Mia. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fay? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. The defense, please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? I mean, I figure she has to be over here somewhere. I don't know if she's on the bridge or if she's there. I think I want to say... Can I say she's the killer? Is that pushing it too hard? Let's go for it. No more knuckling. Naturally, the witness was standing right here. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, they don't buy it. Before pointing out where the witness was standing, Miss Fay should do something herself. She should figure out where she stands, if you catch my drift. Oh, don't worry. The drift was certainly caught. Yes, failure is an excellent opportunity for growth. Now, try better next time. Alright, fine. Listen. Alright, let's put her... when the incident on the bridge occurred. I think she's probably going to be over here somewhere, or like by the car. In the car? On the bridge. We'll just say on the bridge. Standing right here. Oh no, they didn't like that either. Alright. I'm gonna point to the car this time. The car. Right here. What? Right here, I think. In the spot where the defendant's car was? Yes, she had to put the body in the trunk before the defendant returned. You don't mind if I ask one teeny-weeny question, do you, Miss Fay? Uh-oh. He's got that condescending tone in his voice. Does he ever not, though? If she put the body in the trunk at that time, as you suggest, that must mean that Valerie Hawthorne was already dead at that point, correct? Indeed. Please take a look at the top of Dusky Bridge. It certainly looks to me like the victim is still alive. Am I mistaken? If Valerie Hawthorne was already dead, then who is this? The mountain is famous for spirits, so maybe you think it was the ghost of the victim. Well, it could have been a spirit, right? Miss Fay, don't waste the court's time with this kind of foolishness. Oh no. Anyway, I still maintain that the witness was in a different place at the time. Are you certain? Okay. Could she be in the victim's place? Guess I'm certain. More or less. Oh, come now, Miss Fay. Well then, please answer this question. Okay, we're back to this. I'll keep the penalty this time. I think I know where she was. I think she was playing the victim. Right here? But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order? Miss Fay, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk beforehand, right? It could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. And the person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Oh, just wait, Edgeworth. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You're just making this up as you go. Where's your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Where's my evidence of that? Oh, I should read these. Terry Falls, my client, sentenced to death 5 years ago, escaped from custody 2 days ago. Valerie Hawthorne, age 23, police officer and the victim, the key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago, when she was 18. That's young. Diego Armando, age 27, a hotshot lawyer, my senior and rival at the office. A bit smug. Yeah, that's about right. Miles Edgeworth, age 20, dubbed a genius as soon as he started as a prosecutor. Today is his court debut. Dick Gumshoe, age 26, homicide detective in charge of the initial investigation, still new to his position. Melissa Foster, age 19, a college student, witnessed and photographed the incident on Dusky Bridge. Okay, so where's the evidence that he forgot what she looked... Oh, it's wear white scarf for identification. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, Anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? Ugh, ugh, ugh. No. Oh, it's going to be the mean version. Uh, where's Miss Foster? Oh, did she just disappear? Did she just like fucking disappear? Okay. She's collecting herself in the lobby. So, yes, she ran away. Hmm. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Ha! Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well. This court is in recess. Okay. To be continued. Perfect timing, because I am out of time. So I will save here and then continue in this trial the next time. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.